guys, it's Kevin from Dynamite Performance, and I'm on my computer today, and we're gonna have our first look at HP tuners, which we're gonna be using with Project Infamy, our Dodge Ram drag truck. So I'm just going to open the VCM editor here. I already had it open, and you can see up top I have the Infamy stock ECU file already open. I downloaded the stock file a little while ago, and I've been just kind of looking over things. So we're just going to kind of learn as we go here. Just today, we're just going to take care of a few minor things. We're not really going to get into any big ticket items until we can get the truck on the dyno and kind of see where we're at with certain things there. So we'll just take care of some minor things today. To start with, I'll go to the Speedo tab. You can see here the speed limiter is set to 171 kilometers an hour. Now obviously, this being a drag truck, we don't want that limited at all, so we're just going to set this to the maximum of 410. Not that we'll get there, but we'll just set it to the maximum. So let's close that. Next we'll go to is the Engine Diagnostics tab. Just going through here, we'll see a few things that we don't really want the ECU to worry about anymore. So we'll go down the list here. Since we are going to be deleting the exhaust, we're not going to have the secondary O2 sensors behind the cats. So any of the bank 2 sensors, we're just going to disable those. There's a couple more down here for lean and rich conditions from bank 2. Get rid of those. The EGR system, we are going to disable that as well, so we can go ahead and disable any of those codes as well. And anything to do with the catalytic converters, since we're going to remove them, we'll remove those trouble codes as well. Evaporative emission system, since we've kind of modified the stock fuel system to run our external fuel pump and fuel cell. All of this evaporative emissions we're going to get rid of as well. The fuel level sensors, we'll need to get rid of that as well, since that's not going to work anymore. A few more for the evaporative emissions. Mobilizer key, we don't have to worry about that anymore either. We're going to remove the AC so we can get rid of those refrigerant alarms. Cruise control, we don't need either. house catalyst, get rid of all that since we're not running the cats anymore. I think that'll be it for now. We can always go back in once we do a scan, once we get the file uploaded, if we're in any trouble throwing codes that actually have any impact on the operation of the vehicle, we can go back and just disable some more. But for now, we'll leave that. Next, we'll go to the engine tab, and then we talked about deleting the EGR. So go to General, and you'll see right here is EGR. It is enabled, so we're just going to simply disable that. And then the last thing we're going to do right now, like I said, we're not getting anything crazy yet, is oxygen sensors. Like we talked about disabling the O2 sensors after the cats, because we're going to be removing all that. We don't need those reading anymore, and we don't want any trouble with them. So just simply select the downstream ones here and disable. Like I said, this is our first look at HP tuners. I'm learning just as much as you are, so we're going to just leave it at that for now. So we're just going to go up to File, Save As, and always, when you make any changes to your stock file, save it as a separate file. That way, if you run into any problems, you can always go back to your original and start over again. So we'll call this Tune 1 and save it. Okay, and once we're ready to actually write to the vehicle, we would go up to Flash and Write Vehicle. In the next section of this video, we'll head outside to the truck, and we'll actually write that file to the truck and go from there. Okay guys, thanks. Okay guys, now we're out at the truck to do the write to the vehicle from the tune we just saved. You can see here we've got the VCM editor opened up. So we're just going to go to Open and select the tune we made. Now I did change the name of it to just ECU Tune 1. Before it said ECU Stock Tune 1. So that could be kind of confusing from the stock ECU file. So we'll go ahead and select Tune 1. We'll open that. So you see we have it opened up. Now I do have the HP tuners connected to our OBD port, which is connected to the computer. So we're not going to make any other changes right now since we already have that done. So we'll just simply go up to the Flash tab, choose Write Vehicle. Now if you're writing to the first time, I've already done this just to make sure it would work. It'll ask you to license the vehicle if you haven't done so already, which was 2 credits. So that was a very easy process and it only took a couple of minutes to do. I had 4 credits in my account, so took care of that. So now we're ready to write, so we just simply have to click this button down below. So the ignition is off, wait 3 seconds, and then it says turn ignition on. So I'll go ahead and turn the ignition on. Now you see it's starting the write. This is the write to the ECM. Okay, the ECM is done, so we're going to turn the ignition off. Now we're going to wait 3 seconds, turn it back on, and it's going to start the TCM. And this one does take a bit longer, so I will probably fast forward through this. Okay, now that it's done, it's asking me to cycle the ignition. Hear the fuel pump started there. And we are complete. So just hit close. Just minimize that for a moment. Now we're going to open the scanner just to scan the ECU. The ignition is still on, so we're going to go up to Vehicle and Connect. So it's connected, so now we're just going to go up here and just look at the diagnostics. We're going to read the trouble codes, see if we have any. And we have no trouble codes detected, which is pretty awesome. So we'll just close that. We'll disconnect. Close that. Okay guys, that's it for the our first tune. It seemed to go without a hitch, and I know it's kind of anticlimactic, but we did end up getting the truck going. It did require a boost. We think the battery is not enough, depending on whether it's just the location of the battery or the battery itself is not powerful enough. So we do have another battery coming. You see here we just kind of got a seat mocked up that we kind of had here in the harness bar. So hopefully this weekend we'll get the seat locked down and she'll be mobile. Okay guys, until then, thanks for watching.